In case you're wondering, what exactly is it? Well, it's not exactly something that's very new. I mean, since early this year, or maybe even before this year, this matter has been touted. For example, here's a story from The Punch. This was in March, just last month, March this year. NDDC promotes PPP for Niger Delta development. Here's the story. The Niger Delta Development Commission has reaffirmed its commitment to pursuing public-private partnership arrangements to drive development in the Niger Delta region. Now, speaking during an executive management and staff meeting at the Commission's headquarters in Port Harcourt, NGDC MD Dr. Samuel Ogbuku said that a summit was in the offing to enable stakeholders to explore opportunities for collaboration. Quote, "We intend to leverage our PPP initiative during the summit, which will take place in April. It will help us to showcase what we can offer and show the world the future of NGDC. We cannot continue to rely on international oil companies and the federal government to raise funds for development projects. We intend to show the world that NGDC has been rebranded." Now, he said the NGDC would not relent in its PPP campaign to bring sustainable development to the Niger Delta region. Quote, "We will take the campaign to all relevant organizations. Last week, we were at the meeting of the Oil Producers Trade Section, OPTS, of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Lagos. Henceforth, NGDC will be attending the OPTS quarterly meetings." So, the NGDC wants more funding, basically, to carry out, developmental projects in the Niger Delta region. By the way, the NGDC already gets money from the private sector, because the NGDC law mandates IOCs to pay 3% of their revenue to the agency, and that's a lot of money, by the way. In its existence, the NGDC has received, I think, over 2 trillion naira in all right now. Over 2 trillion naira has been received. Some reports said 6 trillion naira in 19 years. Other reports said that was some person. I think I saw some official of the NGDC earlier this morning saying no, 6 trillion was what was budgeted, but the NGDC actually did not get the 6 trillion. What they actually got was maybe about 3 trillion naira. Whatever the case is, whether it's 3 trillion or 6 trillion, because some reports say 6 trillion approved in 18 years. Some person is saying no, that was what was approved, but it didn't translate into actually what was released. What was released was over 2 trillion or maybe about 3 trillion naira. Well, whatever the fact of the matter is, about how much was budgeted or how much has actually been released. The fact of the matter is that the NGDC hasn't exactly portrayed itself in the most positive of lights, really. And there are 1,000,001 articles online. For example, NGDC unable to account for 90.9 billion naira in 10 years. And then the stories go on and on and on. And of course, people are fainting in the National Assembly, off the mic, it's all right, it's okay, off the mic. So, should the NGDC or should the private sector be giving the NDDC any more money right now? Should it be doing that, considering all the controversies that have trailed the NGDC from its inception up till now? We're probably still conducting forensic audit on the NGDC. I don't know when that will end, or when we're going to implement this forensic audit, or implement the recommendations of this forensic audit and take some action, really. But should the private sector be giving the NGDC any more money, in your estimation? Is that the most important thing at this time as far as the NGDC is concerned? Let's talk about this. Lines open. Call 0817 923 0002 or 0817 923 0003 or 0007. We are live on facebook.com /Nigeria Info PH. We're live on, we're also on Twitter and YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. Should the private sector be giving the NDDC any more money? Is that the NDDC's biggest problem? That more money? Is that it? And should the private sector be giving that to them? Hello, you're welcome. Hello. I got a comment here from Kinsley Joseph on Facebook saying NGDC is a scam. Well, that's his opinion. You might differ on that, but is that the NGDC's biggest problem? Not enough money, and to carry out this lofty goals of development of the Niger Delta region, they need more money supposedly, and they want to get it from the private sector. Should the private sector give it to them? Hello, you're welcome.
Good afternoon, the very distinguished guy.
Hello, go ahead. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Hello, go ahead.
I'm from Nkoro.
Go ahead, please. Oh my. Alright. Line still open, 0817 923 0002 or 0003 or 0007. It's a terrible situation, really. It's a terrible situation. Anyway, let's get to your take. Hello? You go on. Hello? Oh, goodness gracious. Come on. Zero 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003 or 0007. Hello, you're welcome. Please go on.
Yeah, as I was saying, I said private sector should not give NDDC any money. Look at the road they are doing as if for a total child. They have done that road. They don't complete their work. Of all the money they are getting from federal government, so they should not give them the scam. Please, they are not doing it in Niger Delta. What you want to do is to give militants, anybody you go to protest and give you money. It's good. If they are not a militant, they cannot get any contract there. Except they carry gun or will do one thing or the other before they get job from NDDC. They should not give them any money again. Let them use their money. Let them use that money to develop Niger Delta.
Okay. Hello, you're welcome. Please go on.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead. Oh, of course. Oh, and a commenter, the private sector should use these monies to develop the Niger Delta region rather than giving it to these people that continue embezzling the funds. So that's from Exit. What's your position? Hello, hard factor, welcome. Please go on. Hello, go ahead. 913, welcome. Please go on.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm David calling from Rumibo.
Go ahead.
And all the while I've known NDDC, I've not seen any tangible work done. Why they still clamoring for more money?
Well, the
Let them
NDDC...
use the one the federal government. If they use the one the federal government is giving to them wisely, then we can say, okay, private sector on them more. But the ones they've been receiving, they've not been doing anything with the money. So why do they want much money?
When you say they've not done anything, that's that's concerning. You can't say you've never seen anything the NDDC has done. I mean, they've got signboards around doing something, I suppose.
Well, then yeah, they can talk about more.
Okay, you're absolutely, of course, you're paying absolutely no attention to what I'm saying at all. Okay, all right. Hello, you're welcome. Please go on.
The very distinguished, I called back.
Go ahead.
Yes, I remain distinguished temple locally. If I may ask, like the NDDC is requesting, of what essence are they requesting for this more money? And why not them go after this missing fund that are not being accounted for? If at all there is anything they want to complete or there is any project they want to initiate. For me, giving them more money is like, throwing money inside a borrow pit. Because I can't even see anything. Or the main cause or the main need of NDDC is not being actualized. The communities are not even seeing the impact of this their project at all. All we see around is abandoned projects with NDDC. All abandoned projects, even the ones they have initiated so far, is just left like that. It's not even being used to the benefit of the people in which these projects are being initiated for. So what are they asking for more money? Of what use? Of what essence? For me, if the private sector think they need to develop some areas, why not channel it to the communities direct? If they feel there is something they have to offer, go to the communities in question. Ask them, what do you want? Initiate this project, provide this project, and make sure the project is being completed and delivered to the community. And not just being delivered. They should make sure it is being in use so that gratis will not take over. NDDC, any money even put into NDDC for me, is a waste.
All right. Thanks for your contribution as well. Got a commercial break coming up shortly, but the line's still open, 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003 or 0007 are the numbers to call. Via Facebook, Gospel in Wachi in Mary goes, good evening, Doc. The activities of NDDC leaves a sour taste in the mouth. NDDC is a cash cow for recycled and failed politicians. Should the private sector be giving the NDDC more money? Is that the biggest challenge the NDDC has right now? But maybe the NDDC really doesn't have enough money. Maybe if it gets a lot more money, we might not have what some caller referred to as, uncompleted projects littering the entire space. Hello, you're welcome. Please go on.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead, please.
NDDC per se is not beneficial to any of the community. It's a money given to those of them in charge. For them to just pocket money. It's not. They are not for the community.
All right. Now, some person said something about, the private sector should get the money and give to the communities or initiate projects. But how easy is that? Maybe I'll come to that later on. Hello, you're welcome.
Hello.
Hi, go ahead.
Take that in. Take it. Hello.
Go ahead.
Is that Dayo?
Yes, this is Daya. Go ahead, please.
Dayo, my name is Briggs. I'm speaking from Abonema. Look, what I want to say is, when issues like this arise, we should look at the positive side of it.
Okay.
People should form themselves into committees, go to the NDDC, make positive suggestions as what should be done, and try to see how they can work with them, not condemn them, or what have they done, what have they not done. This is a new group. The first group there was an audit, found that they just wasted money. But this is a new group. We should form committees, should form bodies, and tell them this is what we need done. And then try to work with them, encourage them to do something, not condemn them.
So the NDDC should get more money from the private sector now.
Now what I'm saying now, okay, if they're asking private sector, all right, don't discourage that, but you form a body that will go to work with them. You are asking for this money. These are the things that we need done for us, and see how they will employ the money. Is the
NDDC mandated to respond to these committees or these bodies that you mentioned?
Well, I don't know, but what I'm trying to suggest is that people, you should encourage people. Look, you people are like this.
No, I don't have any responsibility to encourage people to do that.
No, but I mean, you are talking. If you are discussing this thing, one of the things in your other programs, your people are
apologies. I have to go for commercial break now. All right, so just stick around. I'll be back in a moment.
Politics, business, lifestyle, economy, social events, all of these and more make us what we are, human beings. Where else do you start your conversations but on 92.3 Nigeria Info?
CDC and DOGPA. Wait a minute. So the group said the summit was necessary, fixing a host venue outside the Niger Delta region where the stakeholders would not feel and observe the challenges in the area does not make economic and business sense. Once again, maybe that is important where the summit is held. However, what I think is more important is what's being discussed right now. Should the private sector be giving the NDDC any more money? And this has been in the works. This has been planned for some time right now. Yeah. Even last month, the NDDC has been promoting this pursuing a public-private partnership arrangement to drive development in the Niger Delta region. The MD, Dr. Samuel Okbuku, said in our quote, "We intend to leverage our PPP initiative during the summit, which will take place in April. It will help us showcase what we can offer and show the world the future of NDDC. We cannot continue to rely on international oil companies and the federal government to raise funds for development projects. We intend to show the world that NDDC has been rebranded." Okay, so of course, when he said that they can't continue to rely on international oil companies, already international oil companies give the NDDC 3% of their revenue. That's besides what else comes from the federal government, by the way. And over the years, the NDDC hasn't exactly gotten a rave in the Niger Delta concerned. As a matter of fact, the following describes how the NDDC has performed. This headline from Premium Times, and published in 2021, and unable to account for 99 billion naira in 10 years. That, in a way, describes the NDDC's activities in the Niger Delta since inception. Some reports say it's got 6 trillion naira. The NDDC says it's got what was budgeted, maybe approved, but not what was released. What they actually got is over 2 trillion, bordering on 3 trillion, I suppose. But that's 6 trillion or 3 trillion. The jury's still out, or maybe the jury has fainted on what the NDDC has accomplished in the region since its formation. Who can forget the it's okay situation as well? Is that what the NDDC needs right now? More money, besides what it gets from the federal government, besides what it gets from the IUCs as well, 3% of their revenue, which has been quite a lot of money over the years. Does the NDDC need more money now, so given the end of this month? Lines up and call 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003 or 0009. We are live on Facebook.com/ Nigeria Info PH, live on Twitter and YouTube as well, Nigeria Info PH. On Facebook, Google, needless giving NDDC any money for whatever project. Instead, the private sector should maximize whatever fund they want to give to NDDC to carry out private sector projects within the United States. I'd like to go back to that. This argument of no, let the private sector come instead themselves. Let them what development projects they want to embark on. Let us run them. It's just like digression. How easy or workable is that suggestion or idea as well? We have a Niger Delta where in many cases, if not most cases, even when individuals or private organizations decide, maybe as a corporate social responsibility or an act of goodwill, to embark on some developmental project in a community, the same people who need that thing to develop themselves will demand that they must be paid first. I mean, it still sounds as ridiculous to me as it sounded about 10 years ago when I first came to Port Harcourt. I think the same level of incredulity, the same level of disbelief that I felt about 10 years ago, I still feel the same way. I haven't got used to it yet. No, it still sounds just as bizarre, maybe even more bizarre to me now than it did about 10 years ago. How that some organization says, you guys don't have power in your community. You know what? We're going to get a transformer for you. We're going to run electric cables for you. We're going to install electric poles for you, because maybe they're doing business there or not. And if they are doing business there, they've got their power problems sorted out already, but they want to help improve your power situation. And then some persons from the same community that's in darkness, that obviously needs light, will say, no. This transformer that you bought for us, we know it's for us. So, thank you have done well. However, before you install that transformer, as opposed to give us light, give us money first. Goodness, I shudder just saying it. Yeah, still the same. Still elicits the same reactions, or it has the same effect on me. Anyways, back to the subject of the topic of discussion. Should the private sector be giving the NDDC any more money at this time? Is that the biggest problem, or one of the biggest problems of the Niger Delta? Not enough money, and what it needs now, because as the previous caller put it, you have a new NDDC now, you have new guys there now. The NDDC should be encouraged now. People should set up bodies and committees and go to NDDC and offer proper advice and all of that. So maybe that's a good idea. But is that it? Is that what the NDDC is lacking? More money. Once again, lines open. Let's go to the phone line. So, hello, Hard Factor, welcome. Please go on.
Dayo,
Hello, go ahead.
I want to remind you that the same blood is still running in their veins. We have not seen any change yet. And until that change comes, it is that same NDDC, whether you bring new Mr. Peter or new Mr. Paul or new Mr. Okeke, that ideology of it, diverting money still remains there. People cannot lay hands to these missing ones that are causing BP to people. When the issue comes up, the same thing will continue to repeat. If the same people who diverted our funds meant for the development of Niger Delta are not being brought to account, not being forced to face the consequences of their action, this set of persons will continue to do the same thing, knowing fully well that's not to them. When you old, now the same blood they run in their veins. Thank you.
On Facebook, Aziwa Buduka goes, any funds released to NGDC is a waste of resources. Common criminals, okay, let's track that word. Well, maybe some persons who have manned the NGDC or held positions have acted criminally, have taken over the leadership of NGDC. Do you know that the NGDC signposts last longer than the few projects executed? Now, this is funny. Because do you know that the NDDC signpost lasts longer than the few projects executed by that board? That's interesting. All right, back to the phone lines. Hello, you can please go on.
That's true,
all right, go ahead.
Dayo,
yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, go on.
Is there a possibility that this movement that is coming to NDDC can soon?
Is there a possibility that what?
Is there a possibility this new management that is coming to NDDC can function or make a new change into the NDDC as a matter?
See,
yes.
Answer.
Yes, you know the question. It's just the change that the same thing that is saying and telling. But that's my little change.
Okay.
Everybody might not be the same the way you expect it to be.
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe the NGDC can change. Maybe the guys who are there right now are angels or saints or good people at least. And they can effect a positive change in the NGDC. However, is that the NGDC's biggest problem right now? That they don't have enough money and they need to get more money from the private sector?
Them not having enough money. If we could fund them for this time, let's say what they have embezzled so far in the end.
I'm going to give you the information. A lot of the resources given to the NDC before now has been embezzled. That's your position. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a company. You are in the private sector, right? I mean, I'm speaking hypothetically now. You run a business or you are part of some big business, because I don't think NDDC is asking the person who's making pure water in their backyard to give them money.
Okay.
I'm sure they're going for big businesses. That's why they're talking about Chamber of Commerce in Lagos. That's why they're going to Lagos anyway, because a lot of the head offices of big companies are in Lagos. So, if you were on the board of any of these big companies, or you are the owner of any of these big companies, considering, once again, your own word, the embezzlement history of the NDDC, would you be eager to give them any of your hard-earned money right now?
Well, judging from the perspective of what has played out to be over the years, I think I have to deal with those who have been in the board of trustee and make sure they relegate all that they've stolen from the system.
No. That's not the question I asked. The question I asked you is, knowing all of this, being aware of these antecedents of, once again, your own word, embezzlement, and you were on the board of any of these big companies or even the owner, would you be eager to give the NDDC money at this time?
But as a matter of fact, I will, but I wouldn't allow my resources to waste. I will not allow my company to fall down just because those who have been in the hem of affair if he embezzle funds.
So what does that mean? Would you be eager?
Follow them up.
Would you be eager to give the NDDC money now? You're not answering my question.
Yes, I said yes.
Oh yes, okay.
Because
yes.
I wouldn't allow my company to fold.
What? So if you don't give the NDDC money, your company will fold.
I'm narrowing back to my own personal company now. If I'm to be the NDDC and so much.
No, I am not. I am not asking if you are the NDDC. I am saying this public-private partnership that the summit the NDDC wants to host in Lagos. It is to attract businesses, big businesses, to give them money in what they call public-private partnership. What I am asking you is, if you were on the board of one of those big businesses or the owner of those big businesses, would you be eager to give the NDDC money now, considering their history of what you termed embezzlement? Go ahead.
Why not? Why not dial? Okay. If what they are about to go into is going to, bring new development into the NDDC, and before we talk about the embezzlement in the past, we'll have to bring new change into the system. I will actually assign funds for them to progress on the next phase of board of direction.
Okay, all right. So finally, before you go, besides the NDDC, so once again, you are still on the board of this big company or the owner of the big company. If any organization that comes to you and says they need money for something, even if you do a Google search of the company and you find that the last person that gave them money, all of them went to buy brand new Mercedes-Benz cars with it, you will just give them money. All they have to tell you is that we have changed now, we have rebranded now, and we are planning for the future. And your company will keep giving them money. And
I answer you by saying that I will put in money, and however, whoever that have fall on the side of embezzlement, that I will make sure they face the wrath of the law. That's what I said earlier on.
And how will you do that exactly?
Of course, names have been mentioned. Those I know, I know those who are a hem of affair. I know who I handle the company, and I think they are not far from this country. As a matter of fact, even though they run, the law must surely caught up with them someday.
You're not.
That it's all.
You are not. You are not the police. You're not the ICPC. You don't control the EFCC. So how you?
I think we have the law as the common hope for the common man, right?
Yeah, but you cannot prosecute a criminal matter. Only the state can prosecute a criminal matter.
I know, sure, I do that. I know that. As a matter of fact, in as much I cannot enforce the law, I think the law has to take its course on those who have fall into that jurisdiction.
Okay, all right. Good to hear from you as well. Let's get your take. We've got 15 minutes to go before 5 o'clock. So the last caller, even though if he owned or owns a big business, will just give out money to people or establishment organizations who have a history of embezzlement. Oh, wow. But something tells me that businesses, big business, especially successful businesses, are not in the habit of giving embezzlers money. It's just a hunch. Just a hunch. I've never owned a big business. I've never been on the board of any big business. Never been a decision maker when it comes to big businesses. But just a hunch. Something. I have a feeling that businesses don't get big or successful by giving money out to embezzlers. Just a feeling. I could be wrong. I could be wrong here. Just a hunch, you know. Oh, let's see what's happening via Facebook. Prince into our Haba Umorgas. Good evening, Dar. I want to ask, all of the money received by NDDC, what has been the outcome of its use? They're only interested in collecting more money to be shared amongst themselves and the contractors. I don't support the idea of the clamour for these private companies to give them more money. It's only a few individuals, especially politicians, that are benefiting from the funds released. While the Niger Delta region and its inhabitants are suffering a great deal, NDDC is an establishment for political settlement and compensation of political aids. Thank you. Hello? Oh, my. Tony Ucho KG goes, good evening, Dar. NGDC has projects scattered all over the Niger Delta, but nothing is going on those sites again. It seems that what is done is that those in charge will just collect money from the federal government and share it among themselves. Tony, maybe the problem is not enough money. Maybe the NGDC has something here we're not seeing. Maybe if they get more money from the private sector, then they might be able to complete all of those quote-unquote abandoned projects. Hello, you're welcome.
Hi, Daniel. Good afternoon.
Hello, go ahead.
Yes. First, let me start by saying your hunch is very apt and very correct. I'm not sure that the likes of Tony Elumelu, Alhaji Ali Dangote will bring out their money to give to any establishment that have a history of embezzlement. And especially the one that looks like NDDC. If there is NDDC attached to that company, I am sure the board of that company will raise an eyebrow and say no. However, we know of angel investors, and these angel investors, they still put up programs where people go through screening. As in, they go through screening before they even release their money. So if we know this, and that is what big establishments do, by the way of angel investments, then you should know that NDDC cannot be a beneficiary of an angel investor. So if NDDC is looking for who to siphon, because I call it siphoning. The federal government set it up for a purpose. Now they are looking for where they will bring in free money for more embezzlement. Over the years, if we have people that have seats in that board, sorry to say that on air, they would have set up businesses that can generate money for them. It's been over 15 years, if not 20 years.
About 19 years, I think. Oh.
Okay.
Go on.
So if NDDC over the years have not set up an establishment, even if it is toothpick company that will manufacture toothpick. I know the cost of toothpick in the supermarket. I think it's about 100 naira, 150. So imagine when you have that producing toothpick of over 20 million for the people of Nigeria at the rate of even 50 naira. Mark up, you can put 8 naira. What
if the NDDC has changed? I mean, come on, man. Anyone can change, right?
Come again.
What if the NDDC has changed?
If they are what?
What if the NDDC has changed?
Okay, NDDC, like we know, the Niger Delta Development Commission, that one will make a more change. The building, the infrastructure, they can only change the things every year. But you see the human beings, they cannot change.
Oh my, sorry, I thought it was done actually. All right, well, thanks for calling in though. Got about 10 minutes to go to top of the hour. Via Facebook, Erudite goes, NGDC is not working. All the money given to them has been misused. Let's see, got a few more comments over here. What do we expect from a system that has no checks and balance? People go ahead and do whatever they feel to do. That's the problem with NDDC. That's from Promise. Living Dial. No money should be given to NDDC in addition to what they have collected from the budget year. For the budget year, what have they done with all the monies they've collected since before and after off the mic? My Community Bridge project is over 17 years, yet to be completed. Year in, year out, they collect money. What are they doing with the monies collected so far? The new MD came and promised hitting the ground running, but nothing has been heard after then. Now, private sector should use the money and develop the Niger Delta region than give in to these people that continue investing the funds. If these private sectors work with community leaders, use women, they'll carry out their functions perfectly. Oh, really? Really? Let's not go into the problems that IECs have encountered with communities based on their community, the CDBs, the community development boards. Although we have a new arrangement right now, stemming from the PIA. Let's see how that one will go, I suppose. On this NDDC topic, whether those present on the board are saying to not, let's not lose faith in the NDDC. There is a law establishing it. There is a vision and mission. If by private bodies gifting their money, they will perform this time, let's not be discouraged. We must not always be pessimistic about our system. There could be a positive change. The new NDDC can do better. Let's all support it. That's from God's power. Hello there. NDDC is underperforming. Go to the various NDDC offices and see a lot of exotic cars being used by the members of staff. When last have you heard of skills acquisition and educational grants by NDDC? I was thinking NDDC will even use that large space in the office complex at Eastern Bypass as a training center, split into several groups due to influx of would-be participants under their direct and strict supervision. We are tired of setting up dead-on-arrival committees all geared at siphoning the money. We are tired of water hyacinth contracts to militant and ex-militants. So many idle and jobless youths all over the nooks and crannies of the NDDC, and that's for Michael. Of course, some people will, because... this is... No. You need to put a call across to Otedola or Dangote to see if they will be giving this born-again NGDC money after all the history of embezzlement, because I don't understand how someone would just give out money like that. Oh well. I think they need more than enough money, because the more money they get, the less fainting we will get from the officials, and this will enable them to face different panels when the time comes for accountability and out some goodness. Well, someone said earlier on he doesn't think that Tony Elumelu gives money to notorious embezzlers. You know, so if Tony, I don't know Tony personally. If Tony doesn't, then I guess Dangote or Tedola probably don't as well. Probably. Just a hunch also. Just a hunch. Anyways, that's it for now. Got a commercial break coming up. Top of the hour is the news update. When I return, discussions continue, and NYC asks married prospective corps members to redeploy to husband's state of residence. Is that sexism, in your opinion? Why are male married prospective corps members not asked to redeploy to the states of residence of their wives? Well, I'd like to get your take on this when I return. Do please stay tuned. Hard Fact will be back in a bit.
You are tuned in to 9